Imagine the roar of an engine that sends chills down your spine, the unmistakable rumble of pure, raw power just waiting to be unleashed on the open road. Now picture that same beastly machine winding around a racetrack, pushing boundaries, testing limits, and owning every curve. That's the legacy of the Dodge Viper, an American icon that transcended the title of muscle car to become a certified track legend. The Viper was never just another car, it was a statement. It dared to defy conventional automotive norms and has forever etched itself in car culture as a machine that brought raw power and no-nonsense design to the forefront of American racing. This isn't just a story about a car, it's about a relentless journey. From its bold inception, through relentless improvements, to its rise as a track monster, the Dodge Viper broke all the rules. So buckle up, subscribe if you love hearing about legendary cars, and let's dive into the extraordinary evolution of the Dodge Viper, a car that went from street icon to track beast and continues to inspire even in its absence. Trust me, this is a ride you won't want to miss. The Viper's story begins in the early 1990s. Chrysler was at a crossroads, struggling to recapture the spirit of American muscle cars that had captivated drivers in past decades. Dodge needed a car that would exude the aggression and primal thrill muscle car fans craved, and that's where Chrysler President Bob Lutz and Chief Engineer Roy Sjoberg come into play. Their vision, a car that would take inspiration from the legendary Shelby Cobra lightweight, aggressive, and unapologetically bold. The team started with a blank slate, deciding to build a sports car that could bring the rawness back into an era dominated by the sleekness of imported sports cars. They created something radically different and no frills, two-seater with a massive 8.0 lighter V10 engine, no abs, no traction control, and a reputation for demanding respect on the road. When the Dodge Viper RT10 debuted in 1992, it wasn't just the outrageous look of the car or its daring red paint that caught attention, it was its refusal to compromise. With 400 horsepower and a torque that made even seasoned drivers grip the wheel a bit tighter, the first-generation Viper quickly became the car of choice for thrill seekers. The Dodge Viper quickly won over hearts, but also drew criticism. The car was undoubtedly powerful, but its handling and safety left much to be desired. Not to mention, the Viper's interior was minimalistic to the point of being Spartan. Dodge responded to the feedback with the release of the Viper GTS in 1996, a model that still holds a special place in fans' hearts. The GTS, with its double-bubble roof, a nod to racing helmets and aerodynamic refinements, transformed the Viper from a muscle car with racing ambitions into a track-capable powerhouse. With 450 horsepower and improved aerodynamics, the Viper GTS was an instant hit. It also marked the Viper's official entry into serious racing, where it competed in events like the Fire GT Championship and 24 Hours of Le Mans. The Viper dominated in these environments, silencing critics and proving that an American sports car could hold its own on the global stage. From the streets to the track, the GTS represented a Dodge Viper that was refined, faster, and truly meant to own any stretch of pavement it touched. By the late 1990s, the Dodge Viper was a common sight in high-profile racing circuits worldwide. The Viper GTSR, a racing variant, won its class at the 24 Hours of Le Mans 3 consecutive times from 1998 to 2000, cementing its reputation as a formidable racing car. This wasn't just a win for the Viper, but for American sports cars as a whole, as it competed fiercely against Europe's best. Dodge had successfully built a car that could not only survive but thrive in the most demanding races in the world. For enthusiasts, the Viper's success on the track was validation. It stood shoulder to shoulder with brands like Ferrari and Porsche, and fans were proud to see an American-built car dominate on an international stage. Dodge continued to release Viper models tailored to track performance, each iteration faster, lighter, and more lethal than the last, bring lap times. The 2016 Dodge Viper SCR was the ultimate iteration of this track-focused machine. It packed a punch with 645 horsepower and featured advanced aerodynamics that generated more than a ton of downforce. The car held lap records at over 13 American racetracks, often beating out European supercars costing 2 to 3 times as much. The ACR wasn't just fast, it was purpose-built for the track, a true testament to Dodge's commitment to performance. In 2017, Dodge announced that it would discontinue the Viper, citing declining sales and stricter safety regulations that made it challenging to keep the car in production. Car enthusiasts everywhere mourned the loss. To honor its legacy, Dodge produced a limited number of special edition Vipers, each carrying unique designs and specifications. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the Viper doesn't go quietly. Over the years, rumors have swirled around a potential resurrection, fueled by a resurgence of interest in classic American muscle and track-ready cars. Could there be a future for the Viper? While Dodge has remained tight-lipped, enthusiasts around the world hold out hope. Even without new Vipers rolling off the production line, the Viper's legacy lives on. Dodge's focus has shifted toward the Hellcat and Demon series, showcasing supercharged V8s that draw inspiration from the raw power the Viper popularized. Additionally, there's been an industry-wide revival of interest in track-oriented American sports cars, fueled by a surge in classic car collections and increased demand for high-performance vehicles with a nostalgic twist. Meanwhile, the high-performance aftermarket industry has taken up the Viper's legacy, with tuning companies developing mods that allow enthusiasts to continue pushing their Vipers to new levels of performance. From custom turbo kits to aero packages, these enhancements keep the spirit of the Viper alive on tracks and streets worldwide, with Dodge focusing on electrification and innovation for a new era of vehicles. The possibility of a high-performance, electric Viper SK model remains a tantalizing idea. With advancements in electric motors and battery technology, a future Viper could offer mind-blowing speed and agility, potentially breathing new life into the legacy of America's iconic track beast. The Dodge Viper's story is a reminder that sometimes breaking the rules leads to greatness. From its muscle car roots to its reign as a track champion, the Viper has become a symbol of American innovation, boldness, and raw power. For many fans, it represents an era of unfiltered driving that's increasingly rare today. So, if you're a fan of automotive history, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to stay updated on all things high-octane, and drop a comment on your favorite Viper moment. Do check out some of our previous contents on some of your favorite automotive. I am sure you would love them. Do you think the Viper will make a comeback in the future? Let us know below.